guys, welcome back. Dreamer23 here with another Let's Play episode of Factorio. Beautiful, awesome, lovely game. Yeah, so I've been doing some work and some off camera just kind of because it was kind of mundane and boring. So I figured you didn't want to literally sit there and watch me just rearrange the wall. If we look up on the map now, here we go. You can see I changed my wall around. The blue is the wall and it goes pretty fast, so. I've changed my wall around and I've actually made it a double layer, which you can see right there, the difference where I don't have the wall and then where I don't have the wall doubled up. You can see it right there as well. Kind of rearranging some of the lines, and I had an idea because the system right here isn't really doing as well as I wanted it to. There's a whole lot of waste that's happening. So I came up with another idea that I wanted to try it for the just for the system, so I can kind of remake all these, but it's going to take a couple different things. And so I've started off by getting rid of all of the iron that was just chilling over here and getting that to where it's being processed. I did have 7 machines going right here, 7 electric furnaces that were going to get all this iron taken care of. I've cleared all the chests out, and this one now is full, this one is full, and this one is basically on its way to filling up. So we should be able to get this finished out right here. My thought process is that I want to have this area as a massive storage area to where it's just tons of chests and they feed front to back. And I'll try to give you an example. Let's see if I shift right click. No, shift left click. There we go. We can put the ghost up. So basically, between two systems, put you down here and put you down here. Between these two systems right here, I should be able to go through and have it set up to where there is a system basically to where it just feeds back. So, and these are just ghosts. They're basically for blueprinting. If you have it set up to where you have construction bots, some of the construction little droid bots or whatever, drone bots, they'll actually go and they'll construct these things. But having it set up with this system, basically you can feed it to the front and it automatically feeds to the back and just keeps feeding to the back as much as possible. So it's going to fill up this back area. Now this can be done in a couple of ways. You could have it to where this is kind of side feeding. And then right here, and then this has 3 rows of it back, so you have, you know, triple the storage through here. So basically it gives you a lot more storage for it. Now the only problem that I have with that is that there is these empty spots, and so it's not getting the most use out of it, if you will. But you can also use that there for something like, you know, the power system or something like that. So they can have that to where this is going through on here. And then, I mean, you could also have it to where, say, it's pulling from this main one right here. Like, this is where it pulls out from, and you have all this as storage. So I think that's going to be a better system. And if you can have it to where all of this is, say, iron. Will that work? Maybe if you did it to where this row is the one that starts it. Because then basically each of these being a set of 48, so that's 48 stacks in each of these. And you could have this system set up to where it's really just kind of a better little system for storage itself. I think it'll work. And you could say, I mean, you could put it to where you have the gap in between, and you have 3 rows. That was actually a real one. So that way it just kind of keeps feeding back this system. I mean, that right there seems like a pretty sturdy system. And then you could put around it, you could put walls, which it seems like I have none on me. I've been using the hell out of the walls just to try to get it all figured out. But that way it's a storage system to where if it pulls from here, and you have a system right here that pulls from it, and this one it actually would be a smart system, a smart inserter. It's basically going to pull through and pull into a line that it can use for bringing and making your anything really. But if this is just storing iron plates, this is all iron plate storage. So whenever you have the mines going through and pumping this back, it's just filling these up back to 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 back, storing it, and then you have a simple system that's going to pull it out. And as soon as it pulls out another one, it says, all right, I'm good. It's going to go and turn these off. Now you could also make it to where these ones right here, this first one would be a smart chest, and it could say, when this has reached a certain limit, don't send any more back. Right? So this first one right here would be a smart chest, and it would link to the iron. Like over here on the map, we actually have this area right here and right here that is just for that we'll use as an iron mine, and then we have a little smaller area here. So as soon as this area is the chests are full, it's gonna say, hey, don't send me anymore, I'm full, and it'll finish sending those through. Now I'm not exactly sure where we're gonna get this thing set up at. I don't know if we're gonna set it down here on the bottom and have it to where the bottom is really the big storage lot or not. But in that same sense, with it having it down this way, you could say, boom, okay, I'm full, like my inventory's full, and you can keep expanding out, which is nice. Or you could have it to where you could, move the front line up a little bit, or just add a second row right here as well. So I think it works out nicely. We'll just have to see how well the fullness works. And since it can pull from any of these three, like whenever you pull off of here, I think it makes it to where it's a nice little system. I think that's how we're going to do the setup. Off this front line right here, you would obviously have, the bit to where it's pulling off this line, and make it to where these are smart inserters so that they're only pulling iron plates. That's all these things are going to hold, is iron plates. So that, I think, is going to be our system for storage. And at this rate, we got 48 times 3, which is 144. 144 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So 144 times 4 is 1,500? No. 2,100? I don't know. A lot. So we can store quite a bit of iron right here. Now, to get this thing set up as well, I'm actually, there was this little iron place right here, little iron ore slot, and we're just go ahead and finishing this off, getting all of this pulled out of there. So that's what this is finishing up with. We're gonna go ahead and pull these because we don't need them. Those are good. That's going to also allow us to use a lot less electricity since we're not having those going. As it comes to research, we have gotten a few things researched. The last thing we researched was lasers, which allows laser turrets and military 3. For military 3, though, we're going to need also rocketry. And for rocketry, we're going to need explosives. So I think we should go through and try to get explosives. But for explosives, we need software processing. It's such a process. So we're going to go ahead and get researching our sulfur so that we can get our laser turrets and get those things upgraded. Because what we're trying to do really is make it to where we're going to be using a lot more power, and we want to make sure that we can fend off the biters and their evolutions that they have going on. But while that's happening, while that's taking place right there, I am going to run up here. Are you all out now? You are. The big thing that we're going to have to really look at is trying trying to find more stone. That's the biggest thing. And locating it on my map, I've been able to see that over here there is quite a bit of little stone sections, stone quarries. So we're gonna have to basically draw a line out there, and it might be something to where we need to. That might be long enough of a gap to where we need to get the rail system set up, because we will need more stone. Bottom line to it. That's the closest spot. I mean, there are a few little spots. There's this one right here, right next to a huge nest. I don't want to face that. That's a whole lot of freaking death right there. So I'm seeing that section right there, and I'm thinking that's where we're going to have to pull from. Also got a little bit of oil right there. There is another section right here of stone, and right here, but there's so many mobs right there. Look at that. That's a massive amount of mobs. So yeah, this is going to town. Gonna go ahead and pull this because we don't need it. This. Pull this one. All right, let's go ahead and pull these up as well. Oh, I'm all out in here. Luckily, I was making some. That should actually help us go a little bit quicker. So in the end, I think, you know, what we want to do is we want to have a modular system that we can add to that doesn't, you know, isn't such a pain to take away from, if that makes sense. And by having it to where we allot area in front of or behind like our different places for storage. So we know, we know how many storage lots we're going to need. We're going to need one storage lot for iron plates, one storage lot for copper plates, one storage lot for stone, and then we're also going to have to start looking at that as maybe having a second storage lot that's going just for steel, because I mean stuff's starting to get a lot more expensive. Then we're also going to have to look at our stuff set up for our oil refineries and chemical plants that we use to make plastic, store petroleum, store heavy fuel or heavy oil and light oil in. So I mean, all of these are going to require a different amount of space for each one. Obviously, whenever we're looking at with the oil processing system, that we can have an area that's just an oil refinery and chemical plants that separate everything out and then run them into storage barrels. The big storage barrels that we have right somewhere. I think I have them stored over here. So we have our empty barrels right there, those small ones, and then we have the storage tanks, the big storage tanks. So I mean, we can have a system set up. It's just getting it to where it's good to go. We're gonna hop in our car here and drive up to the top wall. So as you can see here, we've made it a double wall. Gives a little bit extra protection, and I want to have it to where every, say, 8 to 10 blocks, we have a gun turret. And the reason for 8 to 10 blocks is because of the range for each gun turret. So we want to make sure that there's no part of the wall that's not covered from, you know, attacks. And I think 10 blocks should do it, because if I remember correctly, the gun turrets, I think the range is like 15 blocks. Let's see where you at. There we are. Gun turret, shooting speed is 10, max health. It doesn't actually really say on there. I think I was going off the range from here. So yeah, I was. I did get the flamethrower made, but I don't have... I need heavy oil and light oil for that. So yeah, we are going to let this finish up though real quick before I get started. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right here and let this get finished up as well. And I'll be right back. Wrong one. Alright guys, while that is going, I am going to go ahead and clear this off. Just because I have a better idea for the layout of it. To where there's less waste. And make sure that everything is always finishing out. You know, if there's product there that can be used, it'll get used, you know what I mean? That, and I will need these inserters as well. So we're gonna do another redesign. I know that I do so many redesigns on this, and I think some people might get frustrated that I like if they miss an episode, they miss something to where I did a complete redesign. But it's kind of that learn as you go thing, and you're always gonna need more space. And yeah, I could just make it to where go off somewhere and make something else. But if you have a system that's not working as efficiently as it should or as it can, destroy it. Start anew. I mean, the good thing about this is that you don't really lose a lot of... you don't lose the resources. Which is nice, you know, so it's not like I destroyed that lamp, so I'm gonna... It's completely destroyed. That is a nice bit of it. You know, you get that back. Also, I know that a few people have told me actually like that this game is terrible because of, you know, what you're doing in the game. You know, you go in and using up all the resources and everything like that. But there should be, I wanted to mention that it should be restated. The statement that they usually start off with is, this game is terrible. And this is the reason why. But it's not the game that's terrible, it's the premise of the game is terrible, because you're, you know, the bad guy, essentially, going in there and saying, we're going to harvest all your resources and get all this stuff set up so that we can, you know, take over the land, and we're going to pollute your land, and the biters, you know, they're evolving and they're going to try to defend their land. And I got that. But it's not the game that's terrible. The game is actually a really great game. The premise of the game is, you know, not the nicest, I guess you can say. Alright, this is finished up. The software processing is making its move. It's on the way. We are going to gather up all these resources. Once we have the system set up in place, I think that we're going to keep the electrical system going, at least for quite a while, so we can get this stuff set up. And then we'll redesign the electrical system later on. Yes. So that should be 50 that we're setting up. We're also going to take this line . Oh, damn it. There we go. Make sure our stuff still has power, because we definitely need that. So those are iron. These are steel. Okay. So we're going to keep this design. We are going to go ahead and get rid of it from right here, because we don't need this to be right here. All right, let's drive off in our car. I just love doing donuts in here. I think that the car should actually be a bit slower. It can get a little hectic to drive whenever you're going, just because of the how fast it is, and like how small, like the trees, you don't really see them, so you can damage your car pretty quickly. All right, where are we gonna set this up at? I'm definitely thinking like storage. See, I'm thinking like right in this area right here. I wish this wasn't here. You know, so we're gonna have to go ahead and get that out of the way as well. But I'm thinking right here is good. Do I have anything stored over here? Steel furnaces. I'll take that and that. All right, so now which way should we face it? We are going to leave a bit of a gap back here. So let's go right there. And then these first ones, we're going to make these as smart chests. So I hope you guys, are following along and just kind of playing along with the game. I know I've gotten a lot of messages from you guys saying that you purchased the game and from seeing the Let's Plays and that you're really enjoying that. And I'm happy. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying the game. I always like to try to bring you stuff that you haven't seen or just new games that you haven't tried and that you might not have tried before. So that makes it to where it's really cool for me. Alright, we are going to pull these. How much does a regular inserter, 13 kilowatts versus a fast inserter, 32 kilowatts? Alright, well, let's just use the regular inserters. We're going to keep one space in between them. We have to do it in odds. Should we just do 3? We'll do 5. I know it might seem like overkill, but and come to think of it, these actually should be smart inserters just because they are going to be a bit more efficient. But if we have it to where everything's pulling off this line, like all the lines are coming in together, we want these guys to only pull the iron, the iron plates. All right, and these are going to be 5. Now these ones right here can be regular inserters. Gap, okay. Nope, too far. I don't know what you're thinking. Like, Dream, that's a lot of storage. Are you going to even use that much? Maybe not. But if we're planning this for future proof, then yeah, we do want to have quite a bit. All right, and then let's go medium electrical pole. Let's go right there. We'll keep this pretty tight to this system. And then we'll put a light. Pretty close to center. Just because I have to. We'll make it that way. Alright, Alright, our sulfur processing is complete, which is good. Because that's going to allow us to hit... What was it that we needed? Explosives allows us to get... landmines and rocketry. Rocketry is what we're trying to get. Like in the long run. We can go solar power. We also, I think we should do this. Railways. We're going to research railways. Alright, so let's do the same right here. These were smart chests. Do I have any... I don't know if I have any iron plates in here. I do not. I should probably grab more of this stuff just in case. Definitely makes getting around a lot quicker. Alright, let's go ahead and take out this bush. Let's see. Now, the front ones were smart. And then this. Alright, those will make their way. There we go. Iron chests. Was that all of my steel chests? Oh. They need steel chests. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I think that's going to work out nicely for the system. So that is going to wrap it up for this time, though, guys. I think that, I mean, you can see the plan that I have laid out for this, so that we have our storage area set up. And it's going to be something to where it's relatively easy, because if I go and I build these out to where it's basically putting it out onto a conveyor belt, if I end up needing more storage, I can just add on another 2 or 3 rows, change this one out with a regular one, change these guys out, and then just move it down, basically, add more into there so that the storage will continue to work, which is nice. I mean, that's the way you want to do it. You want to do it to where you have a system that's really set up to be expandable. And we can set it up to where we can sit up here and throw ghosts down. I think that will be a good spot. And then follow this out. Yep. So, and you don't necessarily need to have, you know, the space filled up in between here. I'm doing that because I find it a bit easier if I have them separated out. In my mind, this looks a lot cleaner, having them separated out into rows. And knowing that I can go through and expand on there if I wanted to. That's nice. So, that's how my system is going to be set up. That's what I'm doing. So, yep. That's going to wrap it up for this time, though, guys. Make sure you join me next time, and make sure you guys leave it down. If you like the video, if you enjoyed the series, if you like the game, you know, leave a like. It lets me know that you guys are enjoying the series. And share with your friends. If you got friends that, you know, like Minecraft or like Don't Starve or, you know, games along those lines, city building games like Towns or Dwarf Fortress or, you know, let them know about this game. I think it's a really cool game that a lot of people can get into. But until next time, guys, I'm DreamWeaver23 reminding you to game happy, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys!